Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested and ready to begin your day. This is your daily tarot and oracle, your daily insight on life and love for March 1st, 2022. Also being timeless wherever you're catching this in time. This could be really relevant or horribly irrelevant or somewhere on the spectrum. I'm not quite sure, but it is general. It is collective. If it resonates, awesome. Looks like you're about to kick some tuchus. If it doesn't resonate, that's fine. I don't know. Hang out, watch the show. This might be funny for you. I don't know. So, what I'm seeing here is a brand new start. You genuinely have grown up emotionally, internally, and now this is kind of building this very fascinating foundation where I think that you are holding people accountable for their misgivings towards you. It's not that you're holding a grudge, but I think that these people are still in your life and still have some sort of control over, I think, not the emotions of your life, but the actions. At least they think that they still have some sort of control, which I think that you're about to give them a really cool reality hit. I really think that you have the ability to put somebody in their place with this. So it looks like, how are you going to go about this? How are you going to do this? Well, first off, I think that you are going to let yourself, in a healthy manner, get in touch with your anger, feel this out entirely, and actually be empowered by your anger with this. So what I'm seeing here is a new thought process, new way of going about this. Okay. You're going to cry over it because you kind of need to. You're not going to repress anything anymore. You're going to cry this out entirely. You're going to build yourself up, and then you're going to take, I think, a new course of action. Whoever is involved in this situation that you would normally feel controlled by, I do feel like you are going to, first off, work out your aggression before you have your sit down with them, because you don't want to be reactive. You want to be kind of a little bit more of a diplomat. I said what I said. Okay, so lose your crap, sit them down after you've been grounded for a bit, and then talk about this with them. I think that you're gonna reach not only a compromise with each other, I think that this is actually going to bring you and whatever this person is in your life either closer or to closure. It's very important that we say it that way, because if this is somebody who you've been at odds with in either a relationship in your life or some sort of, whatever the dynamic of relationship in your life, it doesn't always have to be a romantic, then this could bring not only a new level of intimacy and understanding, but it could bring just general closeness, like a new appreciation for each other, which, congratulations, that's awesome. But if this is bringing about closure, I think that you are going to feel a lot more like yourself than you had been if this person had stayed in your life. I do feel like this sense of closure is giving you a lot of mental clarity. I do see a lot of grounding and mental clarity with a hint of passion going throughout this entire thing, which, congratulations again. So let's look at this. This entire reading is reeking of moving on, moving forward, and moving towards something that is a lot more fertile, that you could do a lot more with. This could be in the physical sense, maybe, and for some of you, maybe it's just emotional understanding. I'm getting pulled to the healing with, not healing with the angels, what is it? Messages from your angels. So what do they want to tell you about what this is, either the coming together or the closure? I bring you a message from your deceased loved ones. I'm happy, I'm at peace, I love you very much, please don't worry about me. So what would this person say? I am the angel of abundance, you will receive the money that you need, God is in charge of how that will happen. And then it's, let's see, I am the angel of marriage. I'm assisting you right now. Caution is warranted. Look deeper into the situation before moving forward. To make your decision, ask yourself which way brings you closer to your divine purpose and which way takes you away from it. So what I'm seeing in here is you going through this grand awakening, and you're going to have all the resources come into play with this. So this could be financial, it could be a sense of materialism, stability coming forward, but also in whatever this commitment is with this person. So you're going to have the care and support from this person in there, but you also have to show them and tell them what your actual needs are. And I think that that's kind of what's been at odds with you and maybe this person, or again, and maybe the closure. So you're getting the yes from the person on the other side. They support this. They're watching you. They want you to know that they're not mad, that they're actually very happy. So it's not even about whether they are actually happy or sad or anything like that. This is more about what would they say about this situation? What would they say about this person? They want you to know they approve of it. Whatever this looks like for you, they're giving you the grand old thumbs up. And I know how that can look. So if this is an important relationship in your life, despite what the cards are saying, I will always give the disclaimer. I'm never going to encourage abusive, toxic, or illegal situations. So if it's outside of that, and it's legal, it's safe, and everyone's good, they're just at odds, then Spirit is saying you guys got to be patient with each other and be a little bit more diplomatic. I have a really hard time with that word tonight. I want to say diplomatic. No, we're not there. So you're going through an awakening, and whoever this person is, there's a lot of old wounds that are being triggered by this person, but I don't see anybody running away from this. I see that this is worth committing through and also working out the kinks with. So again, it's not only patience for them, it's patience for yourself, because I know how badly you just want to be like, funk this crud. Okay. So tell me more about this situation. What do you need to keep your eyes peeled for? This deck feels kind of thick. I was worried that I mixed up some of the piles, but no, lo and behold, it's all here. What's this? Watch your thoughts. I think that you guys have the ability to, if not read each other's thoughts, I know how weird that sounds. I think that you guys are so empathetic that you guys can really pick up on what the other person is either intending or meaning. So simplify your life, keep it very clear and basic with them. And I want you to really work on what it is that you are trying to manifest through this connection in your life. Lo and behold, this is about a connection, one that you want to play dodgeball with, and maybe not so much. Okay, what are you trying to create with this person in your life? Okay. Playtime. Fun. You guys are gonna have fun. This is good. Part of the triggers is your worthiness, because I think there's a lot of old voices in your head that are telling you, oh God, I don't know if this was at the mini reads or in the beginning of this. No, this had to have been in the mini reads. So watch the mini reads at the end. Who do you think you are? And you better be careful. So I see that that's actually coming up right now. Who do you think you are? Do you think that you get to have this in this life? In the past, you would have said no. You would have cowered. You would have felt like an idiot. Now you're kind of a little ticked off, and you're going to tell them what's up. Yes, I deserve this. Yes, I'm worthy. Yes, I will knock you out. Okay, I will knock you out while crying and doing it, because I'm upset that you pushed me to this limit. Now I'm talking very figuratively. I'm not condoning violence. Yeah. I see that the worthiness, as you guys work through these kinks, it gets reestablished and it is growing. So watch your thoughts. It is so important that you don't project out onto the other person. And I can't say that you're not doing it, because we all do it at some point. There's a lot of projection going on. Stay optimistic that somebody else in this connection has the same integrity as you. It's there. So my dearest, let's see. In connection with that, and the waves of prosperity in this day, optimistic. I feel like I have to go back to the messages from the angels, and they're saying your desire is coming to fruition. Keep up the good work, and your emotions are healing, which opens you to greater love. I'll help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart. How crazy is that? It's all matters of the heart, and not to let the wounded heart rule your decisions. So it's saying that Spirit's interjection at the time is actually watering this down so that you don't let that wounded emotion rule you. It's telling you, let's think logical. Let's look into this together. Let's understand that you don't understand, that I don't understand, that nobody understands. Let's start picking this apart so we can start to decipher this. And when you start to put those pieces together, there's a new emotional bond and connection that's put into place because all parties involved actually took the time and care to actually work to understand what's put out in front of them. I know. So then we have angel therapy. This wants to make, no it doesn't. One wants to make an appearance. Okay. Archangel Raphael healing. So aside from feelings, so leaving a stressful situation behind, I do feel like you just came out of a very toxic situation in your life and now you're learning how to breathe again. And you don't want anything to disrupt that again, and you don't want to be put back in a familiar situation, which is why I think that you're looking for the trigger points and really emphasizing any flags that are there and just painting them red. So this, it's being unpacked. We know that you don't want to go back to the same pains. We know that you don't want to keep repeating that cycle. Spirit is assuring you that's not going to happen. But understand that what you're doing and why this is happening is because you decided to walk away from that stress. It was no longer going to suit you. Now you're learning how to breathe, and now all that mental and emotional and traumatic congestion is clearing out. So then we have ask your body for a message. Where are you carrying that? For instance, shoulder pain, that's been a theme recently. I saw it on a TikTok. I myself had experienced it, and this is about not shouldering anybody anymore. That stabbing pain through your shoulder blades, where are you carrying the pain in your body? Look to see what spirit message is trying to give you. If it's dealing with the back, if it's dealing with the spine, that's usually a case of security and stability and support. So again, if you want to put it in the comments, fine. If you just want to look it up, do it. So ask your body for a message. After that happens, what happens? Start taking away the culprit that's going to emphasize it. Actually, you could probably do really well with cleansing your home. I'm not telling you to do a spring cleaning, but you know what? We're getting towards spring. But this is also timeless. So wherever you're catching this in time, maybe it would actually be beneficial for you to actually do some spring cleaning. I want to recommend spiritual energy cleaning. So that could involve sage, it could involve salt, it could involve sweetgrass. I like to use anointing oil in addition to that, but honestly, cleanse the energy and make sure that you have a window or door safely cracked while you're doing so, so that bad energy has somewhere to go. The home help. So accept the help from others, which means that when you clear the energy out of either your head, your body, your environment, don't invite it back in. Don't test it to see if it's gone away. This, you're reintroducing a stressful situation that you just worked your keister off to get away from. So after you've done the cleansing, what is something that you can expect? I'm getting pulled to the Rider-Waite. Yeah, it looks like somebody's making some sort of a movement towards you, because you wonder why? You're good enough, you're strong enough, and doggone it, people like you. So we have the Queen of Swords. You have a proposal coming to you, a gesture. And this is because you have been so transparent. You've been fair. You haven't let yourself erupt. And this is saying that even if you didn't understand something, you worked to cut through all the BS in here. And let's see. You know that this is going to be a lot of work in front of you. But the thing is, just because it's a lot of work doesn't mean that you are backing away. All right. What's this? The more that you work in this and work together in this, the stronger that this awakening is going to be. And I think that it's actually going to really be spiritually shattering for you. In that sense, I think that you are going to uncover that you do not live in the world that you think that you live in. And I'm quoting somebody very important to me on that one. So this, it's an uphill battle, but you're not doing it alone. Somebody's going to be helping you cut through all the guff of this. And as you have this uphill battle, you have the Death card, which is about awakening, ascension, new beginnings, pure protection and powerfulness that is coming to you, the light on the horizon. And also we have in the back, we have the same pillars that we have on the Moon card. This is so interesting. What shadow work lies ahead is a rite of passage. And let's see what's leading up to that. A lot of blue, so the truth coming through. And then we have what seems to be the 10 of Pentacles buildings in back. So the rite of passage and moving towards your purity, your happiness, this is going to be helping you build an empire with whoever this person is. There's no accidental markings on these cards. So this is going to be a rite of passage, and transparency, truth, and honesty are all going to be major factors in this, and that your empowerment is in your ability to cut through all the BS and allow things to come to an end as they need to, and also let your mind rule when your heart has been wounded and those wounds are coming up. So also knowing that Spirit is having your back, and also that your eyes are looking through this with passion and care, but also the need of security. And I do feel an aggression coming through. This is something that you want so bad that you can taste it. This isn't something that you can just give up on. So Spirit is saying you got to prepare yourself for this. You got to protect yourself in this, and you have to have the right armor in doing so. So after the 10, that's all about new beginnings. This is, the ending of a cycle, the beginning of another, and it's involving the 3. The 3 is all about the Ascended Masters, and this is something that is very spiritually driven. This is a very spiritually based connection and ambition in your life. So what is going to be following that? First off, good vibes only. Don't read into that too much. I'm so against toxic positivity. Positive energy, awesome, but let's also be real. Surround yourself with positive people and situations. Avoid negativity. Why? Because you are super sensitive and vulnerable, and you worked really hard to create this awesome image of this new world that you're kind of walking into. You don't need to put yourself in a position to have some sort of tweedledum who hasn't done their awakening yet try and dog you down for it. This is going to influence your sense of worthiness. I kind of want you to be high on life with this one. And that's just bringing me back to that mid-90s movie, National Lampoon Senior Trip. Good God. Okay. You want a tranquil life. You want a Zen life. Then you're going to have to do the emotional work to get through it, which means that that's going to be turned off when the wound comes up so that you can better handle it and then reconnect to it. Because again, you don't want the wounded heart to make the decision. It ends in impulse. It ends with you kicking yourself in the tuchus. And honestly, you're somebody who can make a lot of things happen in an instant if you get out of your own way. Look, this is manifestation, development. It's your spiritual mastery, and it's also the flow of which is coming to you. So I do feel like this is something that has been a strong influence in your life, but also I think that it's been a major point of you sabotaging it because you couldn't believe that this was something that you could have control over, because it was a matter of you maybe either being too young or naive or not being seen as a higher level of person. I really feel like there's a stature problem that's been involved in this, like not necessarily a class issue, but I feel like you as a person have had that power taken away from you and you have been marginalized. So all of these challenges that are coming about is to dispel you of any sense of inferiority, any sense of you being able to be a small person and remaining hidden. So let's see. I do feel like after all of this, after you've done this amazing healing work, I do see the Star card. That's also the Aquarius card. This might be a time frame or somebody in your life. Maybe that's you. But this is hope being restored. I do feel like there is a sense of, I feel like this says sense of vigor in your life. Does that make sense? So then again, we have the moon. You're going to be getting a lot of downloads in this one. I do feel like your connection to source and spirit, not only because of this connection, but because of the personal work that you are doing, you are going to be widening your connection to source and spirit message, which I think will be used as your navigation system. But also you have this connection with whoever this person is. And the more that you two use this intuitive faculty, the larger it grows, and the more that you put into it, the more that there is actual materialistic show of it. So I think that whatever you guys are intentionally creating together through source and spirit and directly, I feel like it's almost creating a triangular point like this. And I think that it's actually working really quick to manifest not only the union of whatever this connection is, but also the mission of, you know, why you guys are here. So it seems really crazy, but it's actually a big spiritual source and inspiration for you. So I see people coming together, whether it's romantic or not, but you know, this is really unconditional love that's coming into play, and acceptance that's coming into play. So this coming together, people who actually can really feel empathically each other's energy, borderline like reading each other's minds. It's just this genuine understanding of each other. I see that this is coming into creating whatever the magic is in front of you, like whatever the dream, the ambition is. And that is something that is, again, directly connected to source, spirit, and divinity, and ascension, awakening, and kind of like this new path in life. So big road ahead, a lot of triggering and a lot of working through this, not by yourself, but with whoever the trigger point is. It feels really good. It feels healing, and also feels self-empowering and self-worthiness. So my dearest, that has been your daily tarot and oracle, your daily insight on life and love for March 1st, 2022, also being timeless. If you have questions about booking a session, what kind of services I provide, prices, sales, time zone, availability, go ahead and reach out in the provided email address, or find me on social platforms and send me a DM. My last IG got hacked, so I did create a new one, and it should be connected to this. So definitely say hello. Let me know where you are in the world. If you can't get through to me to IG, I do have Facebook, I do have a business page, and I also have the email. There's numerous ways to get a hold of me. I look forward to connecting with you, and I'll talk to you soon. Well, somebody's acting like a total Jack Keister recently. Yes, using keywords, hush. So this person is incredibly vague and aloof. They're acting off and weird, and well, whatever progress has been made is coming to a screeching halt. You're about to really see what's going on behind this, and you're going to get your answer as to why they've been behaving like this. Do I see this being over? No. Do I see you running? No. Do I see them running? Not necessarily. What I'm seeing here is waiting for them to get their head out of their keister and actually work towards a solution with you. So this, I do see that this is going to be something very swift with them, but I really want to see what the actual problem is. So it's leading towards this, which you got to fix your crown. That's what the Ace of Swords is talking about. You're going to get your confidence back. You're going to really manifest a more positive result with this, the more resolve with whoever you're involving yourself with. I think that you're giving them a sense of confidence that you aren't going to outrun them, and that you're not about to dog them down. So honestly, what the heck is their problem? What the hecking heck is their problem? And again, I don't care if this is romantic or not, but I'm never going to entertain a toxic, abusive, or illegal connection in your life. So if that's this, then this is not the reading. But if you are not in any of those situations, let's talk about it. They're feeling completely burnt out and juggling a lot in their life. Honestly, they're spreading themselves way too thin. There's a lot of balls in there in their life. So it's not even about a particular person. This is a lot that they are juggling mentally. This could be anything from career to home life to their own health, but there's a lot that's juggling for them. So they're just trying to get some sort of grip on themselves. They're also not trying to give away their freak out. So whoever this is, while they look as cool as a cucumber, they're not so cool with it. So I see some messages coming in about what the next step is going to be, how to prepare, how slow this needs to be for them. And I see that you have the stamina to go through with it. Otherwise, it's the Two of Cups in reverse, and I think that you're kind of over it. Not the connection, it's about the deliberate misunderstanding that could be going on in this. So this is saying use your time wisely and do a little bit of self-reflection about your needs, and this will actually make the time a lot more fulfilling for you. So it'll come together, just takes a little bit of time and patience. Well, people are really just going to think that you're mad with them, because I think that you are more on the aggressive side than you normally would have been in the past. And I think that this is because not only are you sick and tired of crap, it looks like you found something that is worth fighting for in your life, something that you really want to go after. And I think that that's highly inspirational. Awesome. I think that you are in this pursuit willing to make some risks for it. I don't think that there were many risks in the past, so it wasn't even worth going after for you. I do see that you basically have kind of nothing to lose. So there is a sense of a sort of, you are not going to stop me, I'm going after this, in a major sense of confidence. You know that this is yours, so why would anything want to stand out in front of it? It doesn't make sense. Okay, yeah. What would want to stand out in front of this? Some sort of imbalanced, emotionally sensitive character in your life. This is masculine. It doesn't actually mean that it's male. It could be male or female. Extremely sensitive. They've been through a lot. This is what I would call probably a wounded warrior in your life who's not doing any of the work on themselves. So this is why you would have held back in the past, because you didn't want to rock the waters with them. Lo and behold, it's not necessarily fun of a connection now, is it? So, okay. We've got the Fool and the Ten of Cups. The Five of Cups is upright. The Ten of Cups is in reverse. You had to get over your fear of doing something by yourself and not having any sense of support around you. I think that you've dealt with extreme loss in your life, and maybe a short, time frame. I think that you know what it's like to have to start over. So this who's coming in, or this that you're learning to confront, this has to be a form of stability, even in its own chaos in your life. This could be somebody who has really well-meaning, but they're, again, kind of erratic, irate. You're going to learn to stand up for that. But also, what I see here is that's a test, that's shadow work that's coming through. You needed to have this confrontation with this character in your life and go after what you want still, because you had to prove to yourself that you're not afraid to go it alone and have it be under your own circumstances this time. So what I see here is a fear of moving forward, but you're still going to be doing this anyway. I think that you have a lot to offer, and that this is going to be the test that you have to pass in order to get it, the lifestyle that you want. Whatever you think is actually over in your life is not actually over. It's going to come about again. It's just on pause right now. So this is saying you feel like you can't get beyond yourself, whatever that means to you. It means like your life has already been set up before you. There's literally little to no options. You can't see the opportunity for change in your life, and it feels kind of dreadful, draining even. What I'm seeing in here is, okay, you're trying to do all of this by yourself. You're trying to be the control freak in it, and I can appreciate that, but this is not how it's going to work. You are feeling way too much disappointment about your situation, way too many overwhelming feelings that is actually keeping you from seeing the actual reality of what this is. So what I'm seeing is, I don't care if it's Source, Spirit, or God, or somebody in your actual life, whether it's online or in your physical life, somebody that you trust. It's really important that you try and get some sort of insight or advice from them. Your eyes are way too clouded. It's too much in front of you with this, and you're not going to be able to see a way out of your predicament. I do feel like this is going to be a lot of work, and you are going to be met with a lot of familiar situations that are going to feel like repeating patterns. I think that's been a major source of confusion for you, and whatever your situation is, you're not repeating patterns. You have gotten to a point of, I think, experience where you have the opportunity to take a different route, behave differently, and this is saying up until that point, up until you get to that crossroads, rest. Because you're trying to do too much at once right now, and you're not going to get anywhere. In fact, you aren't getting anywhere right now, and that's part of the major letdown with this. The higher power and the milk and honey. The milk and honey is in reverse. So the higher power is talking about how you actually have a major life chart and plan for this life. It's not going to be the way that you've known it to be. It is something a lot more expansive. But right now you are an overload, and you have an escapist kind of attitude. So this is saying, when you're having this awakening that you are going through, please try your best not to run away from it and go into old indulgences. This is going to be a two-parter. This is a form of escapism. Some people use substances like beverages or whatever the heck the addiction piece would be. Some use relationships, some use bodies, some use not so much. And I'm saying that very loosely because I'm trying to keep it a little bit on the, oh my God, PG. So anyway, you do have escapist tendencies. You can't outrun this. I know that you want to. I know that you just don't want to feel something for a little while. It's going to actually work against you if you go into some sort of an escapist routine. Now, that could actually also be you and being a workaholic. I said what I said. You cannot outrun this. Please, Spirit is trying to tell you to rest and actually get advice from somebody that you trust. So, what is this involving? Okay, I guess I am going to the writer. Wait, what do you want to tell the person watching this? So even though you have this incredible path in front of you, you need to learn how to stay put and be in the now. What you are doing right now is one of the more important things that you could be doing, because you are really awakening your gifts and crafts and talent and this. You're awakening this, your higher self. As you are doing that, as you are staying in the moment and working on building that, it feels like you are being lazy when it's actually the repair that's happening behind the scenes that's going to make this all work. You have an incredibly special gift that is going to really set you off in life, but you have to be able to uncover that. How are you going to be able to uncover that? Well, you have to wait for this to be done now, don't you? To make its grand appearance, it's still being constructed. So that's probably also why you're feeling super antsy. I'm being pulled to the Healing with the Angels. I have a sneeze coming. Okay. Enchantment and New Beginnings. You're about to see a really ridiculously new magical aspect of life. And I think that it's almost as if you have electricity. I know this sounds stupid. It sounds as though you almost have electricity, like you are Merlin. You have electricity coming out of your fingers. This is talking about it's going to be really off-putting for you to really hone in on whatever this gift and talent is, because it is going to set you apart from everyone else, because you are special. But this is saying, put your pride and ego aside and surrender to what this is, because it's not about just you. It's about the greater good, I suppose. All right, so very interesting. I got Mother and Father Healing that came out not together, but in multiple flyouts of the shuffle. So really cool and all around healing that's going on with you. Not only is this about self-worth, it's self-empowerment, which I don't think that you were able to either actualize until now, or you weren't allowed to believe in yourself in this way. It was, who do you think you are? And you better be careful. A lot of talk like that, to the point where, my dearest, I do feel like this is something that you just preemptively told yourself in any situation. Who do you think you are? And you better be careful. It feels so threatening like that too. So anyway, I see that you're kind of done with the situation, if I do say so myself. And what I'm seeing here is there is somebody who is highly triggering you in this scenario. So what I see is you're being awakened to the actual power that you do have and the ability to explore what it is that you can do. I know, I can appreciate that. So I think where other people have stopped talking for you and trying to keep you in some sort of self-containment, I see that now it's a point of view and forgiving yourself for every time that you told yourself no, for every time that you told yourself, who do you think you are? And every time you told yourself that you better be careful, because none of that was ever working in your favor. All it did was keep you quiet and in the same spot. And I think that you're agitated enough to break out of it. So whoever this was that triggered you, give them a big thanks. Thanks, buddy. This was, I think, the biggest help that you could have had, because it feels like you were either mentally or emotionally backed into a corner, or you feel like you were. It was a lot of replay about previous situations in your life. I think that you really learned through the safety of whatever this person provided to not only fight back, to stand your ground. So this feels highly empowering. And also, I think that it gave you a major sense of kind of invincible. I know how weird and arrogant that sounds, but I think that there's a new level of who's gonna stop me. And I really love this aspect that's coming through with you right now, because I don't think that you're challenging life to have it offend you or knock you down. I think that it's you kind of not offending life, but standing up against everything that would have knocked you down like origami or a leaf in the past. So the final card for this, crap, this might be a two-parter too. Ugh. This is going to be something that you start your journey with. Should I say that? Let me move. Okay, we have wait, morning affirmations, and dream big. So with this sense of invincible, now it's time for you to do some reflection. What has any sort of meaning to you? What actually matters to you? So what I'm seeing in here is, first off, what feels safe? Actually, I want you to kind of list what feels safe and good for you. I want you to write that down. Then I want you to say goodbye to it. I said what I said. So after you say goodbye to that, I want you to actually start writing down things that you never would have dared to write down before, because it was already a shot in the dark that it wasn't going to happen. And I want you to have an emotional attachment to it. I want you to allow yourself to get giddy. Even if you don't share this with anybody, I want you to be able to get giddy with what it is that you are having a driving ambition towards. I want you to break that mold that never quite felt possible to you back in time. I don't care if it's health or wealth related, but it's going to be probably something amazing for you. And I want you to allow yourself the ability to get excited and not be the person who says no to yourself, not be the person who gets in your own way. I want you to be so daring with life that you confront it and dare it to say no to you. We have alchemy, but I'm actually not feeling any more of these cards. Where am I feeling? Okay, healing with the angels. Let's see. Angelic guidance. Okay, what about it? Oh, seriously? Why do I keep dropping stuff? Okay, retreat and forgiveness. What's this? We have romance and support, forgiveness. Somebody who genuinely loves you. I don't care if it's romantic or just platonic, and a sheer unconditional love for you, who believes in you, is going to be your support for this. And they probably were even the trigger. So there's a lot of forgiveness that is going to be happening in whatever this connection is for you. But I want you to know it only has your best interests at heart, and it will be there for you through thick and thin. It actually makes you feel like a child again. And the final card for this is whoever you're going to be creating abundance with. This is a very important person in your life. Congratulations.